and welcome to Little Green Center. More mic. Is that a little better? Okay, thank you. Please help yourself to coffee and muffins. We have a full schedule, and I think we should just get right into it because we'll have a chance to have a conversation. So, thank you for coming. The invitation was about we're launching the new WOW initiative, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to let the cat out of the bag and say what I understand WOW to mean.
Okay.
Is that all right? So WOW stands for actually nothing other than we hope that at the end of this initiative or during this initiative, people's socks are blown off and we all say, "Wow, that was terrific." We're into something, really a great opportunity. We want to do something wonderful for our community, and we want to see have a wow impact. The Center for Jewish Education and UJ Federation went through a transitional exercise over the past 18 months or 2 years, and came to a conclusion about what we're in the business of. We believe, fundamentally, a little slogan that we've been using is more is more. More education is better than less education. And the best way for encouraging Jewish identity and building the community of Jews in the future is to make sure that our children have an opportunity to engage in Jewish education in a meaningful way. And more of it is better than less of it. And so, as many different ways that we can help to bring Jewish education to our community, the better. And what we're looking to do in this initiative is about how to expand and how to enrich that experience. In our community, we have about 39,000 children between the age 4 and 17 in the school age cohort. Now, about a third of them are in day schools now, meaning 2/3 aren't. And the 2/3 that aren't are in the public system and, of course, private schools, independent schools. And what we're talking about is that population that's in the public and the private schools. Within the public and private schools today, and what the work that you people do, as well as others who aren't in this room, is provide supplementary school education. It's about 5,800 children that are now receiving that. And altogether, between the day school education and the supplementary school education, half our community is engaged in some form of Jewish education. And remember what I just said about how more is more. Any kind of education is better than nothing, and the more we do it, the better the more we have an opportunity to develop the opportunity for children to identify with Jews and be reinforced from that experience. So for those who are glass half full people, this is actually a terrific statistic. And in many communities in North America, they look to Toronto and say, "My goodness, I can't believe half the Jewish community children are engaged in Jewish education." That's really, really wonderful. And indeed, it is wonderful. And there's accomplishment there, and the work that you've been doing is helping us get there. And we know that how important that is. It also begs the question about what about the other half? And there's another half of that class that's not full. And so half the population is not engaged. And that's what we want to talk about, how we can approach those. So we're looking to launch, with the launching of NOW and a number of other strategies at the Center for Jewish Education, we're looking to help build the day school cohort, if you will, have more kids in day schools. But significantly, we're looking over the next year, 2, 3, to grow over the next period of time the number of children that are going to be in supplementary school. We're looking to go from that 5,000 some odd figure to 9,000 plus. We want to virtually double the numbers. It's an ambitious goal. We have to think big to mobilize ourselves and get the kind of resources. We're pulling together those resources, and we're looking to see if we can make it happen. And we need your help. You're the ones that are going to help make it happen. That 50% statistic has been pretty stagnant for the past decade. So it's gone up and down a tiny bit, but it's basically hovered around 50%. So we've asked ourselves, why haven't we been growing in the past? Now, for us, we think that there's a number of reasons, and I am interested in hearing your ideas as well and your thoughts. We think some of it has to do with competition, and the competition has to do with malls and online IT, the web, sports clubs and activities, cultural activities, non-Jewish life that is compelling in the city for how children's time after school and on the weekends is taken up. There are a lot of things that are compelling to people beyond Jewish life, and we all know this, and it's part of our competition. We also know that in terms of for some families, they've reported, they commented on this thing, for them the quality is not as compelling as they'd like it to be, and so they're not happy with what's offered. And in some cases, cost is an issue. Certainly, you know, in the day schools, that the cost of the day school is reaching a level that is already becoming difficult for many middle-income families. And we know that that's part of the reason why families are choosing not to participate in Jewish education. We also know that the 50% number, that's an average. But really, if you think about it and look at our community, it's really made up of different segments. In terms of where people live geographically, in terms of movements, in terms of interest, in terms of those who are affiliated, and in different sectors, if you will, or different markets, you have different participation rates. Some are very high, and some are very low. And that, plus issues of making sure that the children, as a parent, I want to make sure my child has the kinds of services they need in terms of their special needs. All that is a package that we think has been one of the issues, or made the prime reasons why we haven't been growing. So what we're looking to do in terms of the Center for Jewish Education, and indeed this went to the board, it's a signature initiative for the Federation for 12-13 fiscal period, is to help develop and strengthen the supplementary sector. We've invited you to come because we're looking to ask for you to express your interest in participating with us in what we'll call in shorthand a coalition of the willing. Those are the players that want to come and participate. Those are people who want to come and be part of this. As I mentioned, we're looking to double the participation rate. We think that if we could unleash your entrepreneurial spirit and the spirit of those volunteers and leaders in your communities to reach out to people and develop new kinds of programs, that this community can thrive. Because we know that it has it's blessed with some very energetic and creative and brilliant entrepreneurs. And that's what we think we need to, we want to unleash that spirit. We're going to bring some things to the table. We're going to bring some enhanced, we're going to try and bring some enhanced content and training support for teachers, to learn how to be better teachers, to learn about experiential education, to take the best practices in North America, bring them here, build on what we know already in Toronto. There's many of you who have some excellent practices that share those, and build on those, as well as learn from other communities. And we want to bring as well to the table the idea of sustainable business models. So when we build these new programs, we build them with an eye to saying, how can we make sure that they're going to sustain? This isn't about having a grant from Federation that's going to keep you going forever. It's about how do you develop a business that allows you to carry on and grow. We're here to help launch it. We're here to help with some support, as in any business or many business enterprises. You want to open up a business, you start with some capital, but the business plan is not dependent on a repeat of that capital all the time. That capital is there to help you launch so that you can then run a business that will generate its own revenues, and the revenue sources can be from any places. For us, it's that the revenues that you're able to develop plans that bring in revenues that are able to support your expenses. And it's looking at those creative, entrepreneurial ways to do that we think that we have an opportunity to help build this new vision. So we've launched this week, or last week, with the mail out. We've had this meeting to explain what we're doing. We've had a number of one-on-one meetings. We'll be happy to have more of them. You can contact myself or Natalie. Natalie in the back. If you'd like to arrange a one-on-one meeting. We're blessed that we're working with JESNA, and soon you'll be introduced to Leora and Deborah, who are going to talk about what North America has to offer and what JESNA and their experience can bring to this experience. We're looking to bring best practices. We're going to be recruiting volunteers and bringing in business consultants for that business modeling. We're hoping that in 2012 and starting and then carrying on, that there'll be new startups, enhancements to your programs, so that you can help to both strengthen the quality and increase the numbers. And that's where we're at and why we're here. And thank you very much for coming. I'd like to introduce Leora Isaacs from JESNA, who is working with us on this, and thank you very much.
So in the meantime, hi, good morning. I'm Leora Isaacs, and I work at JESNA. I've been at JESNA for 25 years. And I'm here with my colleague, Deborah Silverman, who is also an education consultant at JESNA. And we're very excited about working with the Toronto community. This morning, what I'd like to do is to clarify more about what WOW is, and it's part of actually a family of projects. You're joining 5 other communities already across North America who are working with us for the same goals that are individualized in each community, different for each community, to improve education for those who are in the public and private school sectors, and for their families, and to clarify what this is all about and answer any questions, because we're very excited about that. So, WOW, as we said, is about creating exciting and impactful community-based Jewish education in Toronto. And to me and to Deborah, this is a little bit of a Shahatiana moment, because we have had the opportunity to, over the past actually couple of months, and especially yesterday, to be learning more about your community and what you already have in place and what you bring to the table to not only enhance Jewish education here, but also to serve as a beacon for North American Jewish education. And part of what we do at JESNA is to cross-pollinate. And so we're very excited both about working with you to improve what's happening locally and bringing what we know from the field throughout North America and actually beyond, but also taking the Chidushim from here and sharing them out with the greater Jewish education community. Our starting point is the same as yours, which is that a vibrant Jewish future really depends on impactful, engaging, and inspiring Jewish education. And we know that the world is changing. And that's something that actually was the impetus for the development of WOW, which has been percolating for almost a decade now, and was begun as a collaborative conceptual model by JESNA, the staff in our national organization, and the Association of Directors of Central Agencies, the organization of CJEs around the country, who came together and said, what can we do in our individual communities to create innovative, impactful, meaningful Jewish education for this sector that supports, by networking with one another and by having a variety of communities working on this, tailored to their own community, that will actually create leverage even greater